There is something silently destroying the prayer life of many believers, and most people don't even realize it. It's not that they hate God. It's not that they don't believe in prayer. The problem is this: small daily habits are quietly killing their spiritual discipline. Prayer is supposed to be the lifeline between you and God, but when certain habits enter your life, that connection slowly becomes weak. Not suddenly, but gradually. Today, we are going to expose 10 habits that are destroying your prayer life. And if you are honest with yourself, you may recognize some of them. Habit 1: waiting until you feel like praying. One of the biggest mistakes many believers make is waiting for the feeling to pray. They think prayer must always feel emotional, powerful, spiritual. But discipline does not wait for feelings. If you only pray when you feel like it, your prayer life will slowly disappear. Because the truth is this: there will be many days when you don't feel like praying. Spiritually strong people pray even when they don't feel like it. Habit 2: living in constant distraction. We are living in the most distracted generation in history. Phones, social media, endless scrolling. Many people wake up in the morning and the first voice they listen to is not God, it's their phone. Before they pray, they check messages. Before they seek God, they scroll social media. Distraction slowly replaces devotion, and before long, prayer becomes something you don't have time for. Habit 3: treating prayer like an emergency button. Some people only pray when life becomes difficult. When everything is fine, they forget God. But when problems appear, suddenly they remember prayer. Prayer was never meant to only be an emergency reaction. It was meant to be a daily relationship. If you only pray when you are desperate, your spiritual life will remain weak. Habit 4: lack of discipline. Prayer requires discipline, not motivation, not emotions, discipline. Many believers say they want a stronger relationship with God, but they refuse to build the habits that make it possible. They sleep late, they wake up late, they rush through the day, and prayer becomes something they postpone again and again. Spiritual growth always demands discipline. Habit 5: allowing sin to stay comfortable. Another habit that slowly destroys prayer is unrepented sin. When a person begins to tolerate things that they know are wrong, their desire to pray becomes weaker, not because God moved away, but because guilt makes people avoid His presence. The truth is this: the longer you allow sin to remain comfortable in your life, the harder prayer becomes. Habit 6: praying without focus. Some people pray, but their mind is everywhere. They start praying, then suddenly they're thinking about work, then about money, then about problems. Prayer becomes something rushed and distracted. Real prayer requires intentional focus. You cannot have a deep connection with God if your mind is constantly wandering. Habit 7: a busy life without spiritual priorities. Many people are busy, but being busy does not mean being spiritually productive. Work, responsibilities, daily pressure, all these things compete for your attention. But if you don't intentionally make space for prayer, your schedule will slowly push God out of your life. Your schedule reveals your priorities. Habit 8: comparing your prayer life to others. Some believers stop praying consistently because they compare themselves to others. They hear someone pray powerfully and begin to feel inadequate, so they withdraw. But prayer is not a performance, it is a conversation. God is not asking you to sound impressive, He is asking you to be sincere. Habit 9: losing awe for God. Another dangerous habit is becoming too casual about God. When you lose reverence, prayer becomes shallow. You rush through it, you speak quickly, you move on. But when you truly understand who God is, prayer becomes something sacred, something powerful, something you never want to neglect. Habit 10: neglecting time alone with God. Many believers attend church, listen to sermons, and consume spiritual content, but they neglect personal time with God. Your spiritual life cannot survive on borrowed encounters. You must develop your own relationship with God. Private prayer is where real spiritual strength is built. The truth is, prayer does not disappear overnight. It dies slowly, one habit at a time, one distraction at a time, one compromise at a time, until one day you realize something has changed. Your connection with God feels distant. Your spiritual fire feels weak. But here is the good news. The same way habits destroy your prayer life, new habits can rebuild it. Start small. Start today. Return to the place of prayer. Because the strength of your spiritual life will always be connected to the depth of your prayer life. And the question every believer must ask themselves is this: are your daily habits strengthening your connection with God, or silently destroying it? Before you leave this video, take a moment and reflect on this question. Which of these habits is quietly affecting your prayer life? Be honest with yourself. Spiritual transformation always begins with honest self-examination. When you identify the habits that are weakening your connection with God, you can begin to rebuild the discipline that strengthens it. If this message spoke to you and challenged you in any way, I want you to do 3 simple things. First, like this video because it helps this message reach more people who need to hear it. Second, share this video with someone who may also be struggling with their spiritual discipline. Sometimes one message can awaken someone's entire spiritual life. And finally, subscribe to Spiritwalk Media and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next message. On this channel, we talk about spiritual discipline, walking with God, and becoming the person God created you to be. Remember this: your spiritual strength is not built in moments of comfort, it is built in moments of discipline. And prayer is where that discipline begins. I'll see you in the next message.